Season on the line, 4th and 11. Butka looking downfield, throwing, incomplete, broken up at the 10-yard line. And Oak Ridge is headed to the NJS IAA Central Jersey Group 5 Championship game.
There's one in the flat. Good catch that time by Ransom. Ransom with a lot of room. And a good block by Delonzo down the field. And Ransom is gone. 57 yards to the house. 2-2.
Swung on and miss. Strike 3. St. James Smithtown has done it. They are the 2025 New York State Little League Baseball Tournament champions.
Drops back, throws all the way to his right. Has a man down the field, and he's got him! First play of the drive, touchdown, New York Green Wave!
Sanioki's season on the line. Goal to go from the 2. Kyles looks to run with it. Pitches it to Sip. He grabs it. He's in for the touchdown.
The final 25, and they're neck and neck. Kane looks like they have just a dash of a lead. Salisbury taking first. What a race. Live from Blackhawks Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, PDF Sports Network welcomes you to coverage of the Women's Football Alliance and the Tri-State Warriors. Tonight we begin coverage of the WFA Division II playoffs, and we have a quarterfinal showdown between the undefeated 6-0 Warriors taking on the visiting 4-2 Atlanta Rage. They're visitors from the National Conference's South Division. Good evening, everyone. I am David Pizzuto with threats of rain in the forecast. I'm flying solo here today on this broadcast, trying to take as much or as little space as possible here in the broadcast booth as we try to bring you this broadcast as seamlessly as possible, even if the rains do come in. We're about a few minutes away from kickoff here in Philly, and we want to get you some info coming into this game. And, we'll start by looking at the playoff picture. You could see it on your screen now. The quarterfinals consist of a semifinal in both the American and National Conferences, respectively. Over in the American Conference, the OKC Force, undefeated and pretty much rolling over the competition, are hosting the Michigan Mercenaries, who finished 3-3 this season. And in the other game going on, the undefeated Lansing Legacy take on the 4-2 Derby City Dynamite, who finished 4-2 as well. Those 4 teams are meeting each other for the first time this season, so we don't have a lot to work with as far as rivalries and history between those 2 teams. And then that brings us over to the National Conference, where we have this showdown happening. And then on the other side of this game, the Baltimore Nighthawks, who finished 4-2, will be battling the West Palm Beach Coyotes, who have finished 5-1. That match, too, is a first meeting between the 2 sides, as is this one. So win today and advance to the D2 semifinals, and you're 1 win away from playing for a WFA Division II National Championship. Let's take a look. And so because these 2 teams are meeting for the first time, let's take a look at how they got here. And we'll begin first with our home team, the Tri-State Warriors. They had their finest season this year, finishing 6-0 and really dismantling the competition. You can see the scores and their schedule on your screen, but look at the way they have steamrolled over the competition. They've only given up 8 points this season in 6 games. We're talking about less than 2 points per game allowed. And in that game, they gave up their 8 points. They ended up winning by 12. You could see it against the Philly Phantoms here at home. After that, you see lopsided scores and wins in the 30s, the 40s, and the 50s. That's the mark of a team that is firing on all cylinders, doing it with the run and with the pass, and a defense that has scored just as many times than a lot of teams have scored on offense this season in Division II. All told, it makes them an overwhelming favorite in this game, and the Atlanta Rage could have their hands full here tonight, at least on paper. let's switch sides and take a look at the Atlanta Rage. The one thing that they have in their favor is the element of surprise. The Tri-State Warriors have never faced Atlanta, and these teams do not have any common opponents, so it's hard to gauge just how well we know this team. What we do know is that Atlanta finished 4-2 this season, and they are coming off back-to-back wins where they took apart the East Tennessee Valkyrie by a score of 46-6, and then followed it up with a 34-0 beating of the Birmingham Iron. What's interesting to note is that both of those games were road games, and they won by a combined 80-6 score. This team is road tested, and they're well rested, and they're coming into Tri-State with plenty of momentum and certainly knowing what it takes to win football games. They are also one of the most dynamic teams throwing the football. 10 touchdowns through the air this season, next to just one interception, and standout wide receiver Aubriana Cabal has 25 catches for over 730 yards and 7 touchdowns. If the Warriors want to stop the Rage, they'll have to stop her. We're getting ready for opening kickoff here, and the Rage will actually get the ball first, so we will get to see that high-powered offense. Not quite sure who won the toss and if the Warriors elected to kick off, but either way, they will be the ones to kick off, and the Atlanta Rage will get us started here. Once again, we're at Blackhawks Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We're getting underway a little bit earlier because, again, there have been threats of rain in the forecast throughout the evening. And, of course, if that happens and it really comes down hard, we might have to actually pack up our broadcast and call the rest of the game when we get back to the studio. Either way, we'll have the full game on YouTube at some point, but we're really hoping that the rain stays away. Delonzo gets us started, and it's a short kick that ends up end over end at the 20-yard line, and it is taken towards the left sideline. Breaking a tackle, making people miss was T. Singleton Mott before she's roped down shy of the 40-yard line, but the Atlanta Rage will have some pretty good starting field position here to start things off. Get ourselves ready here with our first down marker, and keep saying first and goal here, but that's not correct. Yeah, there we go, 1st and 10. The ball is spotted at the 33-yard line. I actually thought Singleton Mott got a little bit more, but she was roped out a little sooner than that. Signal caller number 2, Jessica Ralston. She'll work out of the shotgun here to start things off. Atlanta, of course, in their bright yellow jerseys. We got some movement here early, and we'll have to see who came offside. And they're going to move this ball up, and this penalty in the first of the game will be against the Warriors, and that'll set up a 1st and 10 and bring it down to a 1st and 5. So we'll do it over here on 1st down. They'll go with 4 wide receivers, do the Rage, and like we said in the opening, they do like to throw the football. They'll work this one out in the flat. Good. Sanae Williams will get things started here for the Warriors on their first drive. We apologize for the technical difficulties, folks. We got thrown right off the air on the wireless internet here at Blackhawks Field, and that run goes up the middle for nothing here on the Tri-State Warriors' first offensive play. And we apologize again for the technical difficulties. We got you back on the air. We're happy to have done so, but the Atlanta Rage went 3 and out on their first drive. They had a couple of incomplete passes on 2nd and 3rd down and 5, elected to punt on 4th. It was a rather short punt, and the Warriors didn't really return it for any yards, and they take over here and are going to call their first timeout. And again, folks, we know, we got booted off the air, but we are working on a wireless hotspot here at the facility. We are not hard lined in, and of course there are threats of rain as well, so we have to keep that in mind here as we work towards our solutions. Get our scoreboard back on line as well as we work through our technical difficulties here. Always an adventure when we have to work off of no Wi-Fi signal. But we'll get you caught up here. Let's get our scoreboard back online. And there we go. Still the first quarter. This is our first drive. The Tri-State Warriors taking the game's first timeout, wanting to get on the same page. After no gain on first, it'll be a 2nd down and 10 coming up. Williams looks like she will work right under center here on this one. 3 wide receivers set. They stack in the box. And now the whistle blows, so we'll get this one back underway. Again, Williams under center. Gets the snap, the pitch, and the reverse, and that ball is down on the turf, and the Warriors have no choice but to get on top of it. And heads up play that time by Chelsea Impalia, and just to get on it, that is a heavy loss of about 12 yards on the play. And the first down marker should be at the 42-yard line. This ball's at the 21, so this is going to be a 3rd down and 21 coming up here on this play. So the Warriors already in a very tough spot on their first opening drive, going backwards here. That is not what they wanted to see. This time out of the shotgun with 4 wide receivers in the game. Williams looks middle of the field. That one's tipped and intercepted, and it's going to get brought back the other way. To the house she goes. Kelly Gleason off the tip off Delonzo. The pass was thrown behind her and taken the other way for 6, and the Rage score via their defense. What a way to get on the board. They hold the Warriors to a couple of straight plays of backward yardage, and then that pass was tipped right into the waiting arms of Gleason, and Gleason turns it in for 6 with the extra point or points forthcoming. Wow, what a turn. What a turn after the Tri-State Warriors held the Rage to a 3-and-out. The Rage will go for 2 here. It's like a wildcat formation, and taking it on the line directly up the gut. Will she have enough to get through? She will not. T. Singleton Mott took it from wildcat formation. The 2-point conversion fails, and the score remains 6-0 in favor of the Rage. All right, so we are just about caught up here. We'll have to just see here if we can maintain this internet signal. Our internet signal is moving in and out. And folks, again, we apologize as we are working through a hotspot here for this game. And we have full bars on our hotspot, but we keep getting a poor signal connection here. So we apologize if our signal is choppy. Either way, at the end of this game, we will have the full game for you in full HD as well. That's just the way we have to work when we're not working with sound internet. And teams are lined up on the wrong side here. Yeah, so the Warriors will go back to the opposite side of the field and switch around. Meanwhile, we'll get our replay system set up again. We had to reboot our entire system just now when we got logged off the air. But we apologize again for some faulty internet if and when that happens, but we'll do our best to get you back on. So we'll get to see the Rage kickoff for the first time, and it will be Gleason, the touchdown scorer, who will kick off as well. So multi-dimensional, multifaceted, and it's amazing. The Warriors gave up just 8 points all season long, and here they are down by 6 in the early stages of the first quarter. 11:46 remaining here in the first as we get whistles here for a stoppage. Maybe a lineup set up here is counting the players on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on one side. And, well, the ball is spotted at the 45, so maybe they're moving this one back. And I thought perhaps there was a penalty on the conversion or after the conversion. But, no, they'll back them up to the 35 where they should be. And so after sorting out here some logistical concerns, they get back onto the field. Ready to respot. Now Gleason will look to get into this one. We'll see how far she can get it down. Pair of Warriors waiting, but it's played up the field at the 35-yard line, and some running room going on here for Lily Anderson. Anderson made one miss and got just shy of the 50-yard line, but the Warriors will have good starting field position here on their second offensive drive of the game, and they want to put that first offensive drive clearly in the rear view because that one just wasn't working. They went backwards about 11 or 12 yards on a failed reverse. And then the very next play on 3rd down and 21, interception by Kelly Gleason to the house. And that's the reason why we have a 6-0 game here, still in the early stages of the first. We're not even 3.5 minutes in. And we'll see if the Warriors can muster up something here. 11:25 and counting left to go in the first. Warriors take their time getting up to the line. They have trips over on the top of your screen. See if they do something in the periphery. But Sine Williams back down deep, looks towards that side, looking towards the hash marks and finds her target. And that is just shy of a first down. That catch was made by Tori Ransom. Good for about a 9-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and short coming up. Well-executed play here. We'll see it again since the Warriors are huddling up indeed. But nice little timing play. It took a while for that ball to get down there. It hung up for a little bit, but Tori Ransom able to see it through, absorb the hit, and get nearly enough for the first down. 2nd down and 1 coming up. They need to hurry up here. They just said 10 seconds on the play clock, so the Tri-State Warriors need to get motivated here. They are working against the play clock. They go under center. The give is to Ransom, and she pokes around the corner, gets held up, but got enough for the first down. So Ransom gets the edge, is able to turn it into a first down. That's the first down of the game for either team offensively. And the Tri-State Warriors move the sticks here, and it'll be 1st and 10 inside of the Rage 40-yard line. .9:30 and counting here in the first. The Warriors, we've seen them also do some no-huddling at times this season, but they are a team that likes to be a little bit more methodical in the offensive game. They'll look to do that for sure here. Sine Williams will go under center again. Ransom is in the backfield. There's Joseph blocking in front of her, and she's able to move the pile just a little bit, maybe a gain of 3 on that play. The Rage do a nice job to bottle things up in the middle. Claudia Virgil had the first hit on the play, but still the Tri-State Warriors able to move forward. Modest gain, 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7. This time they get to the line a little bit quicker here. The Rage have been going with a 4-down lineman front defensively, and they haven't really stacked the box up. And now we see number 26, T. Singleton Mott, creeping up there right over center. We'll see if she run blitzes here on this play. She does come in. The give is to Ransom. Ransom wants to find the right edge. There's a flag down. Ransom gains the 30-yard line, gets hung up. There's another flag. Looked like a face mask that came in late. Ransom got enough for the first down, but hold everything as we have penalty flags here, I believe, on both sides. Looks like as the play was developing, the Tri-State Warriors were going to get called for a hold by the right tackle. And then there was a face mask late on that play as well. We're going to slow it down just a little bit so you guys can see it at home. I'll try to keep my eyes peeled on what these signals are. It's going to be a holding on the Warriors and a face mask. The penalties were offset, and they'll redo the play. But you could see definitely the face mask towards the tail end of that play. So it's basically a big do-over. It'll be 2nd down and 7 coming up here. You make the argument that Ransom never would have had that edge without the hold, and subsequently the face mask came in. So the Warriors got away with one there, and instead of being backed up 10 yards and making it a 2nd and 17, they get to do the play over here on 2nd and 7. Clock continues to run here. We're at 7:50 remaining in the first quarter. Williams works under center. The give is this time to number 23, Nicole Williams. Change of pace there. Gets 1 yard and 1 yard only. 3rd down and 6 coming up. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line. The Warriors do have a kicking game, but the only time they would really attempt a field goal would be as if they're inside the 15 or inside the 10 would be my guess. Haley DeLonzo does the kicking. Obviously well out of range here. So this is 4 down territory for the Warriors. They'll go for it on 4th if they don't get it. It is 3rd down and 6. Williams will work out of the shotgun. 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side, spread wide. Williams lost it, and she was claiming her arm went down, but that's a fumble. That's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Rage. 1st and 10, Atlanta. As they get the ball back, it looks like this just simply slipped out of Williams' hand on the pump fake. We're going to see it again, so you get to appreciate what happened here. But let's take a look. Williams does a pump fake and might have lost the ball. Yeah, she did. Yeah, that arm was straight back, and Williams just lost control of that football, and it'll be 1st down for the Rage here. Their 2nd offensive drive of the game. They scored on defense. They went 3 and out the first time they had the football. This one is going to be a run and scampering out towards the edge. The Warriors are there to take down Singleton Mott for a loss. So a modest loss on the play, about 4 yards. Actually, that's not so modest. That was a bigger loss. I thought progress would have gotten her closer to the original line of scrimmage, but in any event, 2nd down and 14, and for the first time in the game, the Rage go backwards on offense here. Tri-State Warriors definitely good at bottling up the run, but we'll see if they go back to the pass, and they do. Cabal in the flat was able to skip past the sliding tackle of Michaela Wilson, but it was enough to disrupt her, causes her to fall about 5-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 9 coming up. And again, the Rage will work quickly here. And Cabal, who wears number 3, is always the threat. 25 catches this season, 7 of them went for touchdowns. So that's over 25% of her catches, and she averages about 30 yards per catch. So she is a distance threat, and then she is at the top of your screen right now. So keep that in mind. Trips on the lower side. Cabal is on an island up top. And they're going to look in her direction, and they put it up. Cabal, double covered. It's tipped and caught by Cabal. Great concentration, falling down at the 30. And the Atlanta Rage are in business in Tri-State Warriors territory. Wow, what a play that was. Hang it up there. A little bit of a fortunate tip drill situation. And they get the benefits of it. Atlanta wants to work quickly, but we're going to sneak in this replay here while we can. Hang it up there high. Bounced around. Look at the concentration on Cabal. Great job there. 1st and 10, Atlanta. In business. Big 3rd down and 9 conversion. This ball spotted just outside the 30, and we're going to have whistles here as there was an early jump. It's going to be, looks like a false start against the Rage, and so they'll get backed up 5 yards. It's the second time that the Rage have started on 1st down with a loss. They had a 4-yard loss on a running play on their last series of downs, and now they get hit with the 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15. 4.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Rage leads 6-0 on an interception return by Kelly Gleason. on what was the Warriors' first offensive drive of the game. Since then, we are stalemated. Both teams have picked up a first down. The Rage just now got their first one of the game. This one is taken down by Duraskal, and she weaves her way through some traffic. Got past maybe the original line of scrimmage. That ball being spotted down at about the 30. Make that the 31. So it'll be second down and 10 as they get back to the original line of scrimmage. Number 6, Danielle Duriskar, doing all the running so far here in the early stages. The Rage are going to huddle now for the first time. And now they break it up, and we'll get to the line of scrimmage at the 31-yard line. Rage finishing 4-2 on the regular season. The Warriors 6-0, having only given up 8 points all year long. Atlanta just about matched that here in the first quarter. Shotgun snap. Took a while for that ball to get there. On the run is Ralston. Ralston is going to look towards the sideline, skips around, and the Rage sideline wanted a flag there as she was whipped down a little bit late. Got back to the original line of scrimmage. We're going to see this one again and see if that hit came in late. Let's see. But looked like Ralston was skirting around the sideline there. Cabal was calling for the ball. Instead, she throws a block, and let's see now, she stayed in bounds. So that is a legitimate hit that time. But it'll be third down and 10. They did convert on a 3rd and 9 a little bit earlier. Ralston again out of the shotgun. Looks in the flat, now tucks it down, runs into her own player, gains the edge, gets the 25-yard line or close to it. Got about a gain of 5 on that play, and making something out of nothing that time was Ralston. It looked like a designed keeper all the way. And it's a big decision coming up here on 4th and 5. It looks like they'll undoubtedly go here. We're going to have a timeout that's called as the Rage want to talk it over. And while they do that, we'll take a look at the replay again. It looked like a design run again. Ralston tucks it down, but then finds 2 of her own teammates and does well to scatter out on the left side, and was finally taken down by Wise, but was able to get the 5 yards, get a little bit closer. We're looking at a 4th and 5 coming up here. And the Rage have called their first time out here, sensing the important moment of the game. The Rage do not have a dedicated place kicker on the team. We saw Gleason kick the kickoff, so we don't know if they would line up for a field goal in a situation like this. But on 4th and 5 here, this is a big moment in the game for both teams. The Rage only have the 1 first down in this quarter. That was on that big pass to Cabal down the field that very likely could have been intercepted as well. A couple of different fingers touching that ball. Tip drill, Cabal wins it. Rage get their first down and are looking to continue this drive. A big 4th down and 5. And just about everybody in the box or bunched in tight. Trying to see where Cabal is. She's at the top of your screen. On 4th and 5, the Rage looking to get set up here. A little bit of miscommunication at first. Now they bring one in motion, and tucking it down again is Ralston. Ralston's going to get taken down from behind. She extends, but she will be short of the first down. That's a good stop by the Tri-State Warriors. And do we have a penalty here? There was a penalty on the play. We're going to take a look at the replay. Kind of lost sight there. But let's take a look. They brought Frierson in motion, and they are going to walk this one back. Let's see if there indeed was a face mask here. I didn't see it at first. And that was the call. It'll be face mask, yeah, against Tri-State Warriors. We saw the signal come up from the side judge, and so a first down the other way. It looks like the Tri-State Warriors are able to hold. Instead, it's going to be a 1st down and 10 from just outside the 10 at about the 11-yard line. Wow, what a moment here. Tri-State looked like they hold. Instead, the Rage, by virtue of the 15-yard penalty, are in business. Deriskar weaving through some traffic, making herself small and getting in close to the 5-yard line. Good pickup of a healthy 5 yards on that play. And again, for as heavy a passing team as this Atlanta Rage team is, they are doing a good job of running the football here. That's a good solid gain of 5 yards on first down. Second down and 5, you see the ball spotted just outside the 5. So the Rage can get a first down here without scoring. And we'll put the pressure firmly on the Warriors from here. And that one is pitched out to Cabal. Cabal with a lane towards the left side. If she can make one miss, she might be in business, but she gets tackled down at the 3. Another good open field tackle by the Warriors that time. As coming in late was Ashana Alexander, as we are going to have a timeout called here by the Warriors. So another big moment here on 3rd down and 2 coming up. Tri-State will call a timeout. And let's take a look at that last play. A little bit of misdirection leads to Cabal getting a little bit of the shovel pass here. I believe that was a forward pass to Cabal. Let's see it. No, it wasn't. It was actually lateral. And Cabal, you could see there was a lot of green space there, but Alexander made a really, really good open field tackle. Ball spotted just outside the 3-yard line. If they make the 1, they'll get a first down. See the Warriors taking their time here. Let's set up the right down and distance here. 3rd down and 2 coming up. And the Rage might have a decision to make. They did not go for 1 after the touchdown, so it leads you to believe that they would not go for 2. They would not kick a field goal here, that they have 2 plays to score this touchdown. But you see the score on your screen. We are in the first quarter, 1:32 remaining in the first. Deriskar to Ralston's right side. His position near the 10-yard line. A lot of options here, and we've seen Ralston tuck down and run it herself as well. What will they do here? The give is to Deriskar right up the middle. She's weaving through traffic. Gets held up at the 1. Could be enough for the first down, but they're moving the legs. Does she have enough? Touchdown Rage. They kept the legs turning. They kept pushing, and it pays off for another 6 points, and the Rage have doubled up their lead. It's now 12-0, and we'll see it again. I'll tell you what, Deriskar does a great job of making herself small between. The way she's able to churn. You see the bodies behind her willing her way past the goal line, and it works out in their favor. 12-0 Rage. They will go for 2 here, and they have put the Warriors in a corner with 1:21 remaining in the first. Things are looking up. They went Wildcat last time. Now they'll chase Crittenden off the field, and they are going to go for 1 here. So holding will be Ralston for Gleason, trying to add the point after. And it's a fake. And Ralston will take it herself, looking for the sideline, gets held up at the 3-yard line. The 2-point conversion fails, and the Rage will hold fast to their 12-0 lead with 1:15 remaining in the first. So the Warriors, who are averaging little over 30 points per game, have proven that they can outlast and score points for sure. And they were driving on their last drive, but now down by a couple of scores, the pressure is firmly on them. The Rage have scored on defense, and now they've scored on offense. And let's not forget that big face mask penalty on that 4th down and 5, where the Rage were held short. They got the personal foul and the face mask penalty, 15 extra yards. It positioned them at the 11. And 3 plays later, the Rage are able to find the end zone. And it's those little things, those little mistakes, those turnovers, and those penalties. We saw them both on that drive that lead to the Rage score. That drive for the Rage started with that Sine Williams fumble where she reared back to throw a pass, and it just exited her arm on the way backward. And it was the second turnover of the quarter for the Warriors. And right now, the Rage have 12 points off of those 2 turnovers. Last kickoff was a really short one. We'll see how far this one goes. Gleason gets into it. It finds real estate at the 30, but corralled down at the 25-yard line. And a good job by Ransom to find some room. Ransom bounces off a couple of players and is able to find the Rage side of the football field. And the Warriors, again, for the second straight drive here, will start in very good field position. And Ransom, with a head of steam, was able to turn that around and get about 25 plus on that return. We'll take a look at the replay again. You see Ransom with a head of steam. She actually took that from the 20, so this was a 35-plus yard return here. Just a good job and good eyes. Find where she's going. Ball positioned at the 46-yard line of the Rage as we start the Warriors here. Their third offensive drive of the game. Their first two drives ended in turnovers. A 20-plus yard interception return for a touchdown by Gleason off the arm of Sine Williams, and then a Williams fumble leads to the Rage taking over, and a few plays later, they score themselves their second touchdown of the game. Warriors need a response, and Williams will operate under center. And the give is to Williams. Williams skates off a couple of tacklers early, forces a couple of misses, and plows ahead for a good 6 yards on that play. I think that's one of the longer runs here for the Warriors. And we do have a player down here with 46 seconds remaining in the quarter. See if this young lady can peel herself up off the field. I think that's Aliyah Knox that was taken down. And she is up, and we'll go back to the sideline. That's a good sign here. And taking her place will be number 18, Alyssa McKeithen. McKeithen usually wears number 98. She's wearing 18 tonight. Second down and 4 coming up.
It's not a timeout, Coach.
Got some personnel on the field here. They need to get themselves off as the Warriors here are looking to run another play. Second down and 4. Clock begins to run again. 40 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Could possibly be the final play. Get some motion here and the flip to Ransom. Ransom makes the catch. We have a flag down on the play. Ransom gains the edge, takes it to the 35, bounces back inside towards the hash, has enough for the first down, but we will see what the flag was all about. As Ransom now is getting up a little slowly, or is still down at the end of that play. It's going to be a face mask. There's actually 2 flags on opposite sides of the field. Don't know if they're for the same principle here. We'll see. It's going to be against the Warriors here. We're getting the official signal here. And it's going to be a defer, as both teams were called for fouls on that play. And so that play that actually injures Ransom ends up not even counting on the board. And so it'll be a second down and 4, another kind of do-over play here with penalties on both sides. Warriors sideline, that's a big loss for the Warriors if she cannot continue. I think that's the end of the first quarter. At least that's the signal that we're getting up here. And indeed, we are through. Well, let's see if they get the right call. Yes, they do. They are going to switch fields here. So that is the end of the first quarter here in Philly. And the Tri-State Warriors, who are driving, are down 12-0 on the scoreboard. A pair of touchdowns by Atlanta in the first quarter. One on defense, one on offense. Both coming off of Warriors turnovers, an interception return for a touchdown, and then a fumble on the Rage side of the football field. The Rage were able to convert a couple of big 3rd and 4th downs on that drive. The 3rd down was a pass down the field to Cabal. She made a sterling catch via the tip drill to convert a 3rd down and 9 earlier in the drive, and then the Atlanta got the benefits of a 15-yard face mask call against the Warriors on 4th and 5. They got 15 yards, and that set the Atlanta Rage up for their second touchdown. So here we go. We start the second quarter here with the 2nd down and 4. Waiting for our officials to get ready here, and the chain gang getting set up. You see on your screen as well, the Warriors did take 2 timeouts in that first quarter, and the Rage took 1, so teams down to 2 and 1 timeout respectively. Those might become bigger as the game goes on, but a fresh 15 minutes on the clock, and here we go. Second quarter action. The Warriors, for the second time in this game, are on the Rage side of the football field. Can they turn it into points? Williams, about 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, takes the shotgun snap. She's looking in the middle of the field. Alonzo makes the catch through some traffic and falls down at the 22-yard line. That was Chubb making the catch on the play. Christine Chubb with her first catch of the game. It's good enough to move the sticks. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. They're in business just outside the red zone. Take another look at it. Sanae Williams had a really good pocket too on this play. We mentioned how deep she is taking these shotgun snaps, about 7 yards deep, pocket collapsing there, but able to find Chubb, and Chubb gets down on her knee just outside the 20-yard line. But I think that's the Warriors' biggest play from scrimmage here offensively in this game. It comes on the game's first play of the second quarter. Officially spotted at the 22-yard line. Williams under center this time. Williams behind her. The fake handoff. Sanae Williams with good time. That one is just overthrown and off the fingertips of the intended receiver. That time, Gabrielle Cole. And Gabrielle Cole with the first target of the game for her. And that play looked like it was going to be working, but Sanae Williams just with a little bit of an overthrow on that play. Otherwise, you think perhaps Cole could still be running. Perhaps. Let's take a look. Yeah, another good pocket that time. And yeah, just beyond the reach. Unfortunate play there for the Warriors. A play that could have been made. 2nd down and 10. Wise is at the bottom of your screen. Delonzo at the top. Another shotgun snap taken by Williams here. Nicole Williams bouncing past the 20 and gaining the 15-yard line. That's a healthy gain of 7 yards on 2nd down and 10. And now the Warriors will have plenty in the playbook here on 3rd down and 3 coming up. Nice little run there by Nicole Williams. Kind of took it right away from Sanae Williams here off the snap. Being rushed on, but good job making herself small, getting low, fighting for those extra couple of yards. 3rd down and 3 coming up as we approach the 13-minute mark here in the game's first half. They will work out of the shotgun here. Wise and Delonzo once again the wideouts. The give is going to be to Williams. Williams looking for that right side, and she's taken down. A big loss on the play and a great tackle in the open field by Abriana Cabal. She does it on offense. She does it on defense. That's a 5-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down and 8 coming up. That's a real solid play that time in the open field. Again, Williams was making a beeline for that right side. She was looking for that angle and that edge, but Cabral was there. Take a look at Cabral just going to where the ball carrier is going to be, not where she is. And on 4th down and 8, here comes a big play here for the Warriors. They break huddle pretty late. And you wonder if the Rage will try to send pressure here on Sanae Williams as well. Will they rush more than just the requisite 4? They only rush the 4. Blitz gets picked up. That one is short. And unfortunately, the Warriors were not able to work back to the football as they'll have to go out on downs here. China McCall, the intended receiver, and the Warriors unable to get points there. And the Rage once again holding on their side of the football field, not yielding points. And they'll go back on offense where they just scored on their last drive. It's hard to believe that this is only going to be the Rage's third offensive series of the game. On their first series, they went 3 and out, and they punted. Of course, they didn't get the ball back for a good little bit because of the defensive touchdown. And on their second drive, they scored the 6 points. A couple of big plays on that drive. Ralston out of the shotgun herself. The give is underneath. The Warriors are there at first, and going nowhere fast that time was Singleton Mott. Held up for very little gain. In fact, no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10. And that's the other thing that the Rage have been doing well in this game is they have run the football pretty well for a team that is pass heavy. They have run it for 4 and 5 yard chunks. That's the first time they've really been stonewalled. They did have a little bit of a loss on first down on their second drive, a 4 yard loss. But other than that, that was their weakest run of the first half. Singleton Mott stays in the game at running back. Ralston will stay out of the shotgun. Again, keep your eye on Cabral, top of your screen. And we have a flag. And it's going to be a false start on the Rage as they'll go back 5 yards. It's a hard count that time by Ralston. Might have gotten one of her players to flinch. 2nd down and 15 as they go backwards here. If you're the Atlanta Rage, you'd love to at least swap field position here. They're backed up now at their own 16-yard line, but a couple of first downs here, move the ball closer to midfield. Even if they have to punt from there, you force the Tri-State Warriors to have to go the full length of the field, up by 2 scores. What's paramount now for the Rage is to make sure they don't turn the ball over here, especially in this area of the field, and just keep the sticks in front of you, and obviously hampered by that 5 yard loss there on the motion penalty. They'll go heavy here on the near side with trips. At first they look there, and now they're looking deep for Cabal. Cabal has a step, makes the catch at the 40, and it's a foot race from there. Can she shed Anderson going all the way? Touchdown! 84 yards for the Rage, and they turn it into 6 more points. It's 18-0 Atlanta. You kind of got a sense that ball might be coming to Cabal. They went heavy on the near side. They went trips, and Cabal once again on an island on the right side of the field. No flags. It's a foot race from there, and you could see the afterburners for Cabal. She actually waits for that ball to get her, and then it's just a sprint. Cabal against Anderson, and Cabal wins it. Touchdown for the Rage, and they're up by 3 scores. Gorgeous, gorgeous play. Well executed, and the Rage are in total control here, 18-0, and we'll see. They will line up for 1. So no matter what, this is a 3-score game at this point, but by kicking the 1, the Warriors cannot tie with just 3 touchdowns. They'll need extra points or 2-point conversions, obviously, if they want to get even. That's if they make this one. Gleason's kick is up. It's end over end. It's no good. It's wide right. And so they fail on the 1-point conversion, and the Rage lead stays at 18. 18-0. They've had the ball 3 times. They've scored twice on offense now. And again, the home run ball is really what has killed teams down the stretch, and it holds true again here. So nice. We'll see it twice. Let's take another look at this play here down the field. Give credit to Ralston, too. I mean, she had some pressure on her, did get that one up, and Cabal was just in a perfect place to corral that in. And for the wide receiver who's averaged over 30 yards per catch this season, that one goes for only 84 yards. 10-14 remaining in the second quarter. There's still an eternity left in this game, but the Warriors are seeing it slip here, and they really need a response. And you kind of feel for the Warriors a little bit. I don't want to call them unlucky. Certainly the Rage have made the plays, but the Warriors have been in situations where they've had the ball in good field position. They've been able to move the ball, and then a negative play has really thrown them off kilter. Nicole Williams with a tough job corralling that one. That ball's still loose, and now she takes a knee at the 20-yard line, perhaps wisely as she struggled to get that one under control. So the Warriors dodge a little bit of a bullet, and as far as the Rage, they're able to pin the Warriors back deep 80 yards from pay dirt. And it's an 18-0 lead for the Rage. The Warriors in a hole need a response. And they, too, now on a drive like this, do not want to go 3 and out. That would be the kiss of death here on this play, or on this drive, I should say, because they would be giving up the ball in good field position back to Atlanta. The officials need a game ball on the field. That's what's holding us up. 10:06 remaining in the first half in this second quarter. We'll have a chance to see what the Warriors dial up here and if they stay committed to the run game. Again, there's still plenty of time left in this game. This game is only 20 minutes old, and we have 40 minutes left to play here, so the game just 1/3 of the way through. But can the Warriors piece together 4 and 5 straight plays of positive yardage? They made a couple of good moments on their last couple of drives. Can they string it all together? And let's not forget, Tori Ransom out of the game via injury. That one is thrown towards the sideline, and that is Ransom, actually, who was back in. Lined up at wide receiver, takes a couple of paces. Back, makes one miss, and now it's a foot race on the other side. Can she shield the final defender? She cannot. Cabal does catch up and taken down and winded inside the 35-yard line. Ransom makes the play. She's been tossed around by a rag doll a little bit in this game. She does get herself up, but what a moment there for the Warriors, and what a way to make a couple of bodies miss. We'll catch the run after here by Ransom. Look at this move. How does she get out of this one? Couple of good blocks, and then it's Cabal who has to catch up from behind and might have caught a little bit of the hair there of Ransom. But that ball is spotted at the 31-yard line, so on one play, the Warriors go 49 yards. And you could see Ransom now coming over to the Warriors sideline. She doesn't want to come out of the game, but she's going to have to. And she looks like she's in some discomfort. Either way, the Warriors' drive continues here. It's not their best field position so far. They were able to get just outside the red zone and work it to the 16-yard line on the last drive, but they are driving again. Can the Warriors finish it out with points? We have a flag down here, and it's going to be an offside against the defense. Looks like a lineup in the neutral zone was the call here from down low. Second down and 5 instead of the, first and 5 instead of the, we got to fix our scoreboard there. Not second and 5, first and 5 after the penalty. Although the down marker says third down. That's not correct. The Atlanta Rage coming into Philadelphia here against the Tri-State Warriors, who represent the Tri-States, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. On the road, traveling up. This is the Rage's 4th straight road game. They started with 3 straight home games and then 3 straight road games to end the regular season. And, of course, this one, their 4th straight, counting the playoffs. After a little bit of a delay here, first and 5. Ball at the 26-yard line. Williams with a clean pocket, lots of time, throws it underneath, and that's off the fingertips and incomplete. And the Warriors wanted a penalty there, but that pass was not complete. That was dropped by Gabrielle Cole. And they actually are going to move the ball to the 23-yard line. There was no way that was caught. There was no way that was caught. Well, you be the judge at home. They marked that a completed pass. Let's take a look. I don't know if the they saw it or not, but that is not caught. That was definitely not caught. But it counts. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Or 2nd and 2, I should say. That one is thrown in open space, incomplete. Chubb was the nearest wide receiver on the play. And now it'll be 3rd down and 2. I'm so confused because the down marker on the field has 1st down on it, but yeah, it's backwards, right? We figured that. So instead, but it is 3rd down, right? 3rd and 2. That's what our scoreboard says. 7:40 remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Ball is spotted at the 23-yard line. They need to get to the 21 for a 1st down. They have 2 plays to do it. Last time the Warriors were in this position, there was a 5-yard loss on a running play for Nicole Williams. This time it's going to be a keeper for Sine Williams, and she's able to use her size to move forward. Legs still turning, helmets off, inside the 15. 1st down, Warriors. So no need to get the push like the Philadelphia Eagles do. Sine Williams just on the quarterback keeper, right up the A-gap, leaves nothing to doubt. Take a look and try to keep your eye on her legs down underneath all that stuff. Moving, churning. I believe it was her helmet that came off. It was indeed. And this is the best Warriors field position of the game. They're at the 14-yard line of the Rage, and you'd have to think it's points or bust here for the Warriors. They could sure use a score here. We are inside of 7 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter. Rage took a 12-0 lead at the end of 1. A touchdown on defense and offense. They've scored on their last drive as well. The Warriors are taking an eternity here in the huddle, and they are running short on time. They better get to the line pretty quickly. It's Antoinette Wise in at quarterback with Nicole Williams. So Sine Williams out of the game. Antoinette Wise will go under center. They're running out of time here. Wise, the give to Williams. Williams with a hole. Scampers inside the 10 and ends up at about the 6-yard line. That'll be just short of a 1st down. That's a good, healthy run by Nicole Williams. Just a little bit short. Actually a little bit beneficial here for the Warriors, as basically 3 more downs to gain a yard, and then they'll get a 1st and goal if they can convert something inside the 5. Again, they take a while in the huddle, making sure the assignments are whole and everybody knows what they need to do. Warriors moving some folks now at the line of scrimmage. Williams stays in at running back. Sine Williams comes back in at quarterback. Throws it up top, and that one is overthrown in the direction of Cole. That's incomplete. 3rd down and 1. Clock stops with 5:16 remaining in the 1st half. The Warriors, sensing a short distance there, opt to put it up in the air on 2nd down and 1. We'll see if they go back to the run here, try and scratch out this yard. Remember how they got the last 1 yard when Sine Williams had the keeper right up A-gap. Turned it into a 6 or 7 yard gain. If she does that again, it's going to be good for 6 points. But Williams will operate under center. Nicole Williams is working in the I formation. Wise is settling out wide right. They'll work with 2 on the other side, Lily Anderson and Chubb. Under center, the give is to Nicole Williams. Again, taken down for a loss. Back at the 9-yard line, that's a loss of at least 3, and that'll set up a 4th down and 4 coming up. Not fooled that time were the Atlanta Rage. It's a nice defensive play. We talked pretty much this whole series of how good the Warriors have been able to get pushed at the line of scrimmage. Take a look at the push defensively here. Nicole Williams really isn't able to turn her body. And the first one in was Latasha Cummings. Let's get you back to live action here. 4th down and 4. Big play here. Warriors taking their time, barking out signals. 4 wide receivers set. Sine Williams looking. Timing pattern broken up. Nice job by Gleason to break that one up at the last second. And again, the Warriors will go down on downs as the Rage hold again deep in their own territory. Let's take a look at the nice play by Gleason here, breaking up this play. It's a well-thrown ball. It's exactly where it needs to be, but Gleason makes the play. And again, you think back to that 3rd down and 1 where the Warriors were held for a 3-yard loss on 4th and 4. You really can't, it's not like the run is off the table, but it's just harder to run on a 4th down and 4 instead of a 4th and 1. Instead, the Warriors have to put it up. It's incomplete, and the Rage will take over. This is their worst starting field position of the game. The ball spotted at the 8-yard line. Remember that this Warriors team has had their share of turnovers and defensive touchdowns. The last count we had was that they scored 6 defensive touchdowns this season. They will run Deriskar, finding a way through some traffic and working her way up near the 15-yard line. Good pickup of about 7 yards on the play. Ralston and Deriskar again in the backfield. 2nd down and 3, 3:45 remaining here in the second quarter. Long snap count. The Rage want to exhaust as much clock as they can on this drive as well. By design. They haven't reached their own 20. 10 seconds left on the play clock. They give, again, Deriskar. Deriskar bouncing out to the left side. Can she string it out in time? No, she cannot. Great open field tackle that time made by the Warriors again. And doing a nice job that time to track her down with Shakira Gray, who we've seen plenty of as well. Ball spotted at the 16-yard line. So this will be a 3rd down and 2 coming up. The big play. It's a really big play for this Warriors defense as we go under 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. If the Rage cannot pick this one up, they will undoubtedly punt and leave about just under 2 minutes to go in this first half for the Warriors to try and do something offensively. So this is a big 3rd down right here. The Rage will let the play clock go all the way down here. 2:30 remaining in the second. Now there's 10 on the play clock. Ralston will let it wind down. And they're going to call a timeout. With 2:19 remaining, the Rage have called their second timeout of the half. They're down to 1. And not a bad decision there by Atlanta. It's a big play because obviously if you're able to pick up the first down, you can pretty much exhaust the rest of the clock here and not give the ball back to the Warriors in this half. But if you get stopped here, they're going to have to punt with the 2-minute warning looming. And the Warriors will get a final opportunity or two to get this one deep down the field and into the end zone. And we've seen some strange things happen in some of these games, and that's not beyond the realm of possibility. Atlanta up 18-0. Probably would not have predicted this score here in the first half. The Warriors came in as the favorite in this one, obviously getting the home field for this playoff game, ripping through the competition. The Warriors came in only allowing 8 points all season long, and they've allowed 18 here tonight. Teams work their way back into their respective sides and getting ready to run perhaps the final play before the 2-minute warning. Lots on the table here for the Rage as well. They can put it up. They can run the ball. We've seen Ralston run with the football as well. And I would kind of like that play in this situation. 2:19 to go. 4 wide receivers. Ralston takes the snap, and she is in trouble. She's in high trouble at the 1, gets taken down in the end zone. They're going to mark her at the 1-yard line. Wow. Ralston just kept going backwards and backwards and backwards and eventually ran out of real estate. And I'm so surprised she did not get rid of this football. And that's the 2-minute warning. Yep. So they said that forward progress was down at the 2-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down and 16 coming up. We'll take the down and distance off the scoreboard because they are going to punt here. But the clock is running here with 1:50 to go. The Warriors do have 1 timeout remaining. They're going to get the ball back in good field position. Sky-high kick. It's a short one. It's allowed to hit the turf. It bounces right to Antoinette Wise at the 25-yard line. Wise, left sideline, 15, and lowers the shoulder and is knocked out at about the 11-yard line, actually at the 10. So this is going to be a 1st and goal for the Warriors. A net of only 8 yards on that punt. 1:26 remaining. There is a flag down in the end zone. So we're going to see what this is about. We'll see if the Warriors decline this penalty. If it's against the Rage, you would think so. But yes, it is I think it was an offside against the Rage, and it was declined. And so the Warriors are going to have the ball 1st and goal at the Rage 10-yard line, 1:26 remaining. So there's plenty of time left here. That punt, the net on that punt was 8 yards. And you think about the bounce that punt took. It ended up right into the waiting arms of Antoinette Wise, who got 15 yards on the scamper. And the Warriors are back in business at just about where they gave up the ball on their last drive. Twice the Warriors have had it inside the Rage red zone, have not been able to cash in for points. Williams will work out of the shotgun here. Play clock winding down. Williams looks middle of the field, in traffic, incomplete. Incomplete. Chubb was draped by Gleason. Might have gotten a fingertip on it, but it'll be 2nd down and 10. Warriors do not need to hurry here. They can take their time. And while they do, we'll take another look at that throw here. It's a tough throw, and it's going to take a superhuman catch by Chubb to make it, but not to be. So 2nd down and goal from the 10. 1:23 remaining, only 3 seconds ticked by on that last play. Again, time really not a factor here for the Warriors, who have essentially 4 downs to score. Shotgun snap. Williams takes it down. Back of the end zone, nobody home as that one was thrown in open space. It'll be 3rd and goal as whistles continue to get blown here. I think the Warriors are calling a timeout. So the Warriors call their final timeout on 3rd down and 10 with 1:18 remaining. And another situation where you can absolutely use points here in this situation for the Warriors. They would hate to go into halftime with no points on the scoreboard, considering that they've been on the Rage side of the football field pretty much the entire game, with the exception of that first drive where they were victimized by the pick six deep in their own end. They have really been living on the Rage side of the field and just have nothing to show for it so far. You got to give the Atlanta Rage a lot of credit here. Defensively, they've been good. They've been stout against the pass, too, in this one. And you wonder what Coach Harrigan is dialing up here. Do you want to get half the distance here? Do you want to get this ball inside the 5 and try and set up something short on 4th and goal? Or, again, time is really not a factor. Even though the Warriors don't have any timeouts left, that's insignificant at this point. What do you do? Delonzo is on the bottom of your screen. Chubb is the wide out up top. In the slot is Wise. Williams in the backfield with Sine Williams. Shotgun snap. They pick up the blitz pretty well. Sine Williams on the run. Ducks it down. At the 10, gets taken down. No gain. In fact, maybe a half of a yard loss on the play. It'll be 4th and goal. And the last gasp here for the Tri-State Warriors. The ball will be spotted at the 10.5-yard line. We are officially under a minute to go here in the first half. So the Warriors are either going to come out of this play with 6 points, barring a penalty, of course, or they're going to turn the ball over on downs again for the 3rd time in this quarter on the Rage side of the football field for the 2nd time inside the red zone. Pretty much the same formation as the previous play. We're under 30 seconds to go here first half. Big play here for the Warriors. Williams, couple last-second instructions to the right side and left side of the field. Snap is a good one. Williams running to her right, putting one up in the end zone. That one knocked around and incomplete. Again, the defense was there. A couple of Warriors in the neighborhood, but cannot make the play. And the Warriors again come out with no points on a beautiful 1st and goal situation from the 10. Only 9 seconds remaining here in the first half. And the Warriors without a timeout, or without any timeouts, you'd like to think the Rage at their own 10-yard line will take a knee and will go into halftime with a 3-score lead. And the pressure firmly on the Warriors from here on in. A reminder at halftime is that we will throw it to a break, and then we'll get you ready for the 3rd quarter as it's about ready to begin. Will they take a shot? I don't think so. Ralston is under center, and she is going to take a knee, and that will do it for the first half of play. Could not have gone any better, at least on the scoreboard for the Atlanta Rage. They score on defense first to take a 6-0 lead, and then score twice on offense on back-to-back drives to go into halftime with an 18-0 lead. A picture-perfect half for the visiting team. And your score at halftime is 18-0 Atlanta. Still a half to play and a half for the Tri-State Warriors to try and build on some good things that they did in the first half. They did everything but score, and they are stuck at 0 here. So we will throw it to break. When we come back, we'll get you ready for the second half of play here live from Blackhawks Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Your score at halftime, Atlanta Rage 18, Tri-State Warriors nothing.
Burgers are better at the Brownstone in Metuchen.
My weekend starts with the Brownstone burger, topped with cheddar, barbecue sauce, and a fried egg.
Give me the Hawaiian burger. I love the Canadian bacon and sweet pineapple.
How do you like your salads? Shrimp, chicken, beef?
Stop in and see why families are eating good at the Brownstone in Metuchen.
We'll meet you at the Brownstone.
We'll meet you at the Brownstone.
Esta canción es para ti. Dime cómo le explico a mi destino que ya no estás ahí. Dime cómo va a ti para detenerme de este frenesí. Esta locura que siento por ti, con esta química que haces en mí. Dile no puedo hablar, ya no puedo hablar. Nena, discúlpame si te ilusioné, yo no lo quise hacer. Yo sé que en el amor cuando es real se vuelve. Pero tú me olvidas. te mueve. Yo no puedo hablar, yo no puedo hablar. Baby, no me gusta tanto el último beso, sigue recordando, recordando. Ya la próxima vez te lo estoy haciéndotelo así, así, así.
Have you ever needed to stop or change the way you do something you love because of aches, pains, or injury? The physical therapists at Kessler Rehabilitation Center are here to get you back to work, life, and your favorite activities. Most importantly, your goals are their goals. Their movement experts will listen and develop an individualized treatment plan so you can heal. Begin care faster by requesting an appointment today at Kessler-PT.com. Experience the power of physical therapy today.
No, I'm right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Nick Durst here, along with Joe Caleb, wanted to do a podcast. Everyone was like, what are you, crazy? Who's going to listen?
I am so happy that you asked me to do this. I couldn't have been more thrilled. And follow us on socials. Check us out. I promise you, if you want to work with me, come to us, and I promise you, we will get you on the right foot.
That's what it's all about, uncovering the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Keep it locked on You Know I'm Right.
Refined, restorative, results-driven. At CMX iMed Bar, we blend medicine, aesthetics, and wellness into one luxury experience, led by Dr. Angela Roque. Located in the heart of Pier Village, Long Branch. Visit cmximedbar.com or text 9089-232-694 to look better, feel better, live elevated.
Luzio Chromotherapy lighting is a groundbreaking innovation from Bain Ultra. In the past, the lights were mounted on the surface of the bathtub. That is all history. Bain Ultra, as usual, came through and introduced LED lighting built into the walls of the bathtub. So when they are not in use, they're invisible. Once you activate or turn on, they shine through and they're translucent through the acrylic shell to give you that wonderful LED experience.
The PDF Sports Network is officially seeking sponsors for the 2026 Vetera Liga season. The Vetera Liga is the top professional American football league in Finland, and now, for the first time, is available in the English language and in the U.S., courtesy of PDF. Join us as we make history by showcasing the Maple League to a new worldwide audience. Our partnership with the Vetera Liga was recently featured in International Business Journal as a groundbreaking venture that in 2025 earned us a Global Recognition Award and a GHP Magazine Award for Best Local Live Broadcasting in the nation. It's time to bring our coverage to the next level and showcase your products and business to local and international audiences. Show your support now by calling us at 732-723-8189 or by emailing pdfsportsnet@gmail.com. The Tri-State Warriors find themselves down 18-0 here at halftime. Tri-State Warriors did a lot of good things offensively in that first half, but obviously were unable to score, but also 2 turnovers that led to 12 Atlanta points were a big factor as well. Atlanta got on the board thanks to a Kelly Gleason interception return for a touchdown. I believe it was a 22-yarder or a 24-yard interception return. And it was an unfortunate play. It came on a 3rd down and 21 for the Warriors, and it went off the fingertips of the Warriors wide receiver right into the hands of Gleason, who had really plenty of open field in front of her and was able to take it for the touchdown. That made the score 6-0. Then Tri-State on their next possession went down the field pretty well, were grooving in a bit, then went backwards on a play, and then a Sine Williams fumble on a play where she reared the ball back to try and throw and just lost the grip on the football. The Rage got on it. They made the recovery, and about 8 plays later, they went in for a touchdown, their first on offense. And on that drive, they had a big 3rd down conversion that was made by Cabal on a tipped pass. She came down with it while she was falling down to the ground. Beautiful catch by her. That came on a 3rd down and 9. And then the Tri-State Warriors actually had Atlanta stopped on that drive on a 4th down and 5. Ralston was unable to get the first down, but her helmet face mask was snagged on the play, and the Warriors were called for a 15-yard face mask penalty. That allowed that drive to continue, and 3 plays later, the Rage scored on a Singleton Mott run for a touchdown. That made the score 12-0. Atlanta has failed on all of their conversions, a couple of 2-point conversions and 1 1-point conversion. And then the final touchdown was the only score of the second quarter. It was Ralston to Cabal, 86 yards for the touchdown, 84 yards for the touchdown on that one, and that made the score 18-0 like you see on your screen. After that play by Cabal, the 80-plus yard touchdown play, really it was the rest of the second quarter was really dominated by the Warriors as they were able to, gobble up a lot of yards. They gobbled up about 60 or 70 yards in that quarter, but when the going got tough, the tough got going, and the Rage really tightened up deep in their own end and forced some fourth downs, and the Tri-State Warriors were just unable to convert on a couple of goal-to-goal situations. So your score at the end of the first half is 18-0. We're going to take another break, and the next time we come back, we will have the start of the third quarter. Can the Rage hold on here with a 3-score lead, or can the Warriors try and scratch themselves back into this one? Our second half is next, and coming up, once again, we're at halftime. It's 18-0 Atlanta Rage over the Tri-State Warriors. You're watching WFA Division II playoff action here on the PDF Sports Network.
Burgers are better at the Brownstone in Metuchen.
My weekend starts with the Brownstone burger, topped with cheddar, barbecue sauce, and a fried egg.
Give me the Hawaiian burger. I love the Canadian bacon and sweet pineapple.
How do you like your salads? Shrimp, chicken, beef?
Stop in and see why families are eating good at the Brownstone in Metuchen.
We'll meet you at the Brownstone.
We'll meet you at the Brownstone.
Have you ever needed to stop or change the way you do something you love because of aches, pains, or injury? The physical therapists at Kessler Rehabilitation Center are here to get you back to work, life, and your favorite activities. Most importantly, your goals are their goals. Their movement experts will listen and develop an individualized treatment plan so you can heal. Begin care faster by requesting an appointment today at Kessler-PT.com. Experience the power of physical therapy today.
No, I'm right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Nick Durst here, along with Joe Caleb, wanted to do a podcast. Everyone was like, what are you, crazy? Who's going to listen?
I am so happy that you asked me to do this. I couldn't have been more thrilled. And follow us on socials. Check us out. I promise you, if you want to work with me, come to us, and I promise you, we will get you on the right foot.
That's what it's all about, uncovering the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Keep it locked on You Know I'm Right.
Refined, restorative, results-driven. At CMX iMed Bar, we blend medicine, aesthetics, and wellness into one luxury experience, led by Dr. Angela Roque. Located in the heart of Pier Village, Long Branch. Visit cmximedbar.com or text 9089-232-694 to look better.
We're back here, getting set for the second half of play between Atlanta and Tri-State. The Warriors will get the ball first here to start the third quarter. So if there's a silver lining here to start us off, that is number one. The Atlanta Rage with a 3-score lead over the home side Tri-State Warriors. But the Warriors have 30 minutes to try and scratch their way back in to this one. Gleason will get us started off. She was the game's first touchdown scorer on defense. Does the kicking as well. That's a good one. Bounces at the 30 and backtracked and picked up by Wise at the 25-yard line. She skates past one, gets the 40, and continues to churn the legs and gets close to midfield. And that was Tori Ransom again, not Antoinette Wise, not 2, but 5. And Ransom has been in and out of this game. She's played the majority of the game at wide receiver. She started at running back and made some really good things happen, got injured, came back in predominantly at wide receiver for a few plays, got injured again. She's on the sideline for now. But the Tri-State Warriors, who were able to move the football pretty well, especially in the second quarter, just could not come down with points and couldn't make that final play of the drive. We'll see if that changes here. Nicole Williams is in the backfield, along with Manuka Joseph at fullback. See if the Warriors try to get back to running the football well as well. This one is given up to Nicole Williams underneath. We have a flag down right at the 50-yard line. It was a gain of only 2 on the play, and we'll see what the signal is. And did not get a signal on that, but we think it's going to be a face mask penalty because they're adding 15 yards to the end of that run. So 2 yards for the run, 15 more for the penalty, and an automatic first down. And again, for all but the first drive of the game for the Warriors, they find themselves on the Rage side of the 50-yard line. It's been a constant. Just can't end up in the end zone. Let's see if that changes here. Nicole Williams again, head down. You hear the helmets snap as Williams gains 5 on the play. Well, they've only run a couple of plays offensively, but the Warriors dedicating themselves to running the football again. They have had success here in this game, with the exception of a couple of third downs where they went backwards to set themselves up with 4th and longer. They have been able to move the football here via the run. We'll see if they stay committed to it. Couple of linebackers creeping up into the box. The give is to Williams again. She makes the first wave miss, but the second wave is there to take her down after a gain of only 2 yards. Good open field hit by Adanya Cleveland, but it's going to be a 3rd down and 3. And I will say this has been the problem down for the Warriors in this game. 3rd and short. They really haven't been able to convert on these plays. We'll see what they decide to do here. Williams stays into the game at running back. Michaela Wilson is the up back. And the give is to Nicole Williams. She has the first down, and Moore continues the legs churning and gains the first down. That's good, hard running by Nicole Williams. And if you're an offensive lineman, you like these calls. You like being able to exercise your will at the line of scrimmage. And a good job here. You can see Nicole Williams just put that head down and just get more yards. Takes a big hit at the end, but enough to get the first. And the Warriors are on the brink of the red zone here. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. 12 minutes to go here in the third. Fake toss, and now they look up top in the direction of Wise, and broken up at the very last second by Lene Woodson. The defensive back got in there just in the nick of time to disrupt that catch. Otherwise, Wise was on it, and it wasn't a bad throw by Sine Williams. Take another look at it. Williams, the fake give. Again, good clean pocket. Might have been able to lead Wise a little bit more, but still, play was there to be made, and a good play by Woodson to break it up. 2nd down and 10. That was the first passing attempt of the half for the Warriors. It did stop the clock with 11:52 remaining. Williams will work under center again. The give is to Nicole Williams. She bounces ahead to about the 18-yard line. That's a gain of 4 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. An interesting call here on 3rd down as the Warriors are officially inside the red zone. Do you look to run the football again and make it a 4th and very short, or do you have to put this one up in the air? Haven't seen a lot from the Warriors passing game in this one. They have worked the middle of the field a couple of times, but really haven't had sustained success in the air tonight. Williams stays in the game at running back. She's the lone setback. In motion is Ransom. Ransom gets the pitch and has a lot of room. We have a flag down. Ransom gains the 10, the 5, touchdown, but we'll have to see what the penalty is about. And it looks like it will be coming back. We're going to get the call first, and it's a hold against the Warriors. And now we'll get to see it in its entirety, and we'll slow it down a little bit as well so you folks at home can see. But it happened right in the backfield. So take a look. We've slowed it down. Here's Tori Ransom coming in motion. And, oh, yeah, there it was. There it was. The hold was against Suriach, number 0. There are 2 Suriaches, 0 and 00, but not to be. Nicole Williams thought she had 6. Instead, 3rd and 6 becomes a 3rd and 16. And that's no fun, because now you need a big play here, or at least have to chop this down to a 4th and manageable. Shotgun snap. Williams, it can't get out of trouble, at least not initially. She's going to get bottled up at the 35-yard line and backed up a little bit more. Another loss of about 7 on the play, and we're going to be looking at a 4th and over 20. And the Warriors are actually going to punt the ball away here on this one on 4th down and 24. Just an unfortunate sequence of events. Again, the Warriors seem like they're humming along, and then they get called for that penalty, and it derails the drive here. And give credit to the Rage. They continue to stiffen up in their own end of the field. That drive took about 5 minutes off the clock as we approach the 10-minute mark here left in the 3rd. Delonzo will be the punter. And a few back deep here. Singleton, Mott, and Cabal are back deep. And that one is punted away. It's a good one. End over end. At about the 5, that ball is on the ground, and it's loose. The Atlanta Rage do control it. Singleton Mott pulls forward to close to the 10-yard line, but that was awful dangerous. We'll take another look at it. Delonzo hesitated on kicking this ball and ends up getting off a really, really good punt. And it kind of spindled in the air a little bit too long, and Cabal just cannot grab it, as that one fell right in front of her, and Singleton Mott did well to at least corral it down. And they're going to place the ball exactly at the 10-yard line. Atlanta avoids their first turnover of the game. And with 9:36, they go on the offensive for the first time. And now we have a penalty in the backfield. Maybe a delay of game, I think, or Not quite sure, but the flag goes against. They'll back them up. Will they back them up to the 5, or are they just respotting the ball here? No, we're still waiting for an official spot. Yeah, they'll back this ball up to the 5-yard line, make it a 1st down and 15 after the penalty. I think there was 12 in the huddle, maybe? Yep. So with 9:36 to go here, almost their worst starting field position. They did start one from inside the 5 as well. The give is going to be down low. Durascal, nothing. A loss of a couple on the play, backs him up to the 3. So 2nd down and 17 coming up. And if you're the Rage, you do have to be careful here in this situation because you don't want to give the Warriors any excuses here because their defense has been a major scorer this season as well. In the game that we covered 3 weeks ago, the Warriors scored a touchdown on defense. They also scored a safety on defense. And if that's what can get the offense started, they'll take it. And on 2nd down and 17, the Rage have to get out of their own end of the field here inside the 5. Ralston in trouble, takes a shot from behind. She got absolutely walloped on that play. Pass was incomplete. It'll be 3rd down. And we will take a look at that hit from behind. A legal hit, no doubt about it, but she got absolutely blasted at the end of this play. Take a look. Take a look at the right of your screen. That's Antoinette Wise, who came in unabated and lit Ralston up. 3rd down and 17. I think we're going to have a timeout called. Timeout called by the Rage. So an early timeout in a tough area of the field. And they did back this ball up half the distance to the goal, so maybe there was a penalty on that play instead of the result of the play. And we're not sure if this is a 2nd and 17 or a 3rd and 17. Down marker, not helpful in this situation. But with 8:44 to go, time is out here. And the Rage wanting to make sure they get the right play call here. This ball is spotted at the 2-yard line. The distance is 18, and it is 2nd down. So that play did not count as there was a penalty before the snap. So half the distance makes it a 2nd and 18. The 1st down marker is at the 20, and that ball is spotted in between the 1 and 2 yard line. So it's a precarious spot in the field, and the Rage doing well to make sure that they call the right play here. Try to avoid the safety, try to avoid putting it in harm's way. That last pass by Ralston was in the middle of kind of a triangle of different defenders there. Cabal was in the neighborhood as well, but that had danger written on it a little bit. A couple of late substitutions coming in for the Rage here as they line up. Will they take the shot down the field? We know that they like the home run ball. Let's see what they opt to do. They deliver it on the inside, and Durascal has nowhere to go. She gets 2 on the play, but that's going to bring up a 3rd down and very long. 3rd and 16 coming up. So a play, obviously, to get that ball out of the shadow of their own end zone, at least a yard or 2. Another conference here by the sideline for the Rage, wanting to make sure they get the right play dialed up. And it's interesting that it's the quarterback, Jessica Ralston, and the wide receiver, Abriana Cabal, who are in that huddle on the sideline. You'd have to think Cabal will be the target. She's at the top of your screen. You could see her They're locked up. They'll try to get some safety help her way, I would have to assume. But really, nobody on the near side. And a lot of focus. Ralston will put it up in the middle of the field, almost intercepted. And perhaps it should have been. I don't know if Anderson expected that ball to get right in her midsection, but either way, it wasn't the worst throw in the world because they were hoping Cabal could meet it, but not to be. And we'll take another look at it. Ralston has a good pocket. Yeah, and Anderson really had an opportunity right there to pick that one off. That could have been the first turnover of the game. But instead, they're going to get the ball back in really good field position here. Gleason takes that one down, is in trouble, gets it off. And spinning, Antoinette Wise sees it go out of bounds past the 30-yard line. All things considered, not the worst thing in the world for the Atlanta Rage, as Gleason did well to kind of sidestep the attack, get the punt off, and Wise just saw it go out of bounds. Yeah, it's 2 points, yeah.
Makes it a 26-6 game following that lengthy delay with offsetting personal fouls. Rage comfortably ahead here, 26-6. We have another break of reaction. We are going to try and continue to work on our network, although have a little bit better leeway here at this point. It's still not the greatest. Try to amp up. Strings it out on the right side for the 2-point conversion. They extend and it is good for 2. Let's go! Remaining in the third quarter.
I need one!
Tri-State Warriors were coming off the heels of probably their best offensive moments of the game. Ended up getting their extra point block and return for a 2-point conversion. More than to it. A little bit of frustration setting in as well. Makes it a 28-6 game. Although the game is not over for sure. The Warriors going to have to just over 16 minutes to try to get themselves back into this game. After big play for the rest of this one. Good start here on the kickoff. They have done well here on special teams to put the ball in good field position. Just about the entire game. We'll see what results here. third quarter.
Warriors, come down.
Getting ready to go here on 4th down. Continue this drive. Continue to gain time off this clock. Not a first down. Warriors are going to use these scores plus 2 out of 22. Benson makes the catch, takes the tackle, gets the 50, the 35 to 40 before she's shoved out of bounds hard. 38-yard line. A couple of players getting out slowly on both sides of the football. That's a good, well-executed play by the Warriors. They're not able to punch the yards, able to get the ball through their territory. Player down for an extended period of time. Hopefully she can work her way back up.
Hey, 11 feet, 11 feet, 11 feet.
And again, folks, I know we've said it time and time again. I mentioned that here in Black Hawks Field in Philadelphia. It just has not been working out for us. So that's the reason why we have stoppages, extreme visual quality. But again, once we get back to Central New Jersey tonight and into tomorrow, we will have an entire United States full of industry. Those people want to sweat out and watch Virgil once again coming in from that left side is working on play. $39 line. There's a fumble on the transfer, and that one is down at the 41-yard line. The Warriors get it back. They lose 2 on the play. They put down 6. And they recovered the ball. That was a great ball on possession. The Warriors wanted to celebrate and get off the field and get their offense back out. Maybe their defense is coming out. This game has slowed to a crawl. Either way, the signal that it was rage ball well after the play was over. Essentially. This was the Warriors were all over. That's not to be. We'll see. We'll see. Rage defense dominating. We're looking to start things quickly now. Explanations going on both sidelines. The offense is coming back together. This has been the weirdest sequence in this game. Rage went from putting their offense on the field to their defense. Their offense came back out, and now they're defensive. Meanwhile, the Warriors' offense has been on the field since the jump. We never did get an official whistle. So, even though there's it's third down. Over it's third down. I don't understand that. Oh well, third down is it. Give this to Williams. Now it's fourth down, about 8 yards to go. The Warriors are going to have to pull another rabbit out of the hat here on fourth down. They have not really had a lot of success at all on fourth down in this game. Really the Rage have done well with it. Really stopping the Warriors in the third quarter. Great job of the second half, batting down walls. Four wide receivers has to go down and they need to play that long. The going to be blown up away. He's in the backfield. Ransom and Rage will take over on down with 9:06 to go in the fourth quarter. Rage up on 22 are now in cruise control. Probably get away with minutes here on this drive. Just running the football. Have to play it safe for the turnover. Straight road win for this team. Atlanta's able to hold on to the third straight road win. It's going to be a tough out for whoever they face next with Palm Beach. While able to make the move to the 50 and gain the 45 for a first down for the Rage. They move the sticks again. Good timing pattern that time. Good timing play. Rolston to the foul. They're in perfect harmony and they hook up for 12 yards.
What are we talking about when you're coming on the end?
40 mark in quarter number 4. Football will continue. Playoff semifinals. And trying to punch their ticket. Tri-State Warriors 45-yard line. It's Raskar. Raskar looking to break right. Raskar is slowly, and now we have timeout. 36 to go. Raskar's going to need some attention.
Yo, we need pressure. Get back, Baker. Get back, Baker. Back up, okay. Break up, ankle. Break up, going down the sideline to 20 to 10, and they make it Melanie Frierson, limited touches, and continues to exercise control. I don't believe there are any flags. 6 more points for the Rage. It's now 34 to 6. Come on, Mel. What a job of staying with it, not giving up, refusing to go to the sideline, and actually they are marking her out at the 11-yard line. So they need to take those 6 points off the board. Went out of bounds at the 11-yard line. First attempt from the 11. Let's go. He's supposed to hit the 10 and brings the 5-yard line to Rick Brown. 6 off the play on the second down and 4. He's from the 5-yard line. Clock runs down and we are approaching 6.5 minutes. That one stopped at about 8 minimum. 3. Corner of the end zone. There's a flag down. That pass was incomplete. That flag was only about the 2-yard line. They're going to have a face mask call against the Warriors. This will be a left of distance penalty. The ball. Face mask against the Warriors. Let's go.
each other. Lost in the ball tries to turn the corner, gains the 10, gets one miss, but however she's wrapped up and broken at the 6-yard line. It'll be about 4th down and 4 or 5 points. 4.5 minutes. The good thing is that the ball did not continue towards the sideline. She cut it off the other head. They were able to keep the ball inbound. The Tri-State Warriors are not falling timeout. 4th down, 5 from 6. Looks like that's all the time they've had. Special teams unit is out on the field. So, officially, are all for 1 on extra points. Looks like it's going to be. We're going to call a timeout called by the Rage. A little bit. 35 remaining in regulation. Rage has 26. On their way. WFA semi-finals. Palm Beach is decided already. That either way is Don't go for 3 points here. Push it over. To attempt a 20-yard field goal.
Let the clock run.
High snap, taken down, the kick is up, Tri-State Warriors now find themselves down by 25. Let's go. Finishing touches left in this one. 3:31 to go. Rage up by 25. Now it's a 4-score. Interesting decision to go for 3 there because you do make it a 4-score game. Not let the Warriors have much of a shot now by 3 scores with 3 points. 4-score game with 3 points. Pretty smart decision there. So a team that hasn't looked great with the ball in this game. Racing has one driver that would have been good for maybe 5 or 6 more, maybe 10 more yards. 31-6 is our score. The Tri-State Warriors, who gave up only 8 points all season long, 31 in this one, 25 defensively. And the Rage are going to punch their ticket. 40-yard line. Nice job to the field and Rodriguez with her first touch of the game. You know, for all the woes that the Warriors have had in this game, one of them has not been field position. They have really had the better of the field position in this game. They have just about every single drive in this game. That's the first one of them. They've had the ball on the Rage side of the football. So that's not been the problem. It's been about finishing drives. 2 first quarter turnovers. Those were a huge difference in this game. Those 2 turnovers into 12 points. The score at the end of 1 was 12-0. Grown here. 7 more points in the second quarter. 3:27 to go. Just about every play. Ransom makes the back 45, bounces off a couple of tacklers, drops at about the 40-yard line, a couple of yards shy of the first down, but it's second down short. Everybody was expecting the snap. It's 7-7. They'll go back 5 yards to the second and 6. So this is the final game of the season for the Tri-State Warriors. They'll finish 6-1 if this score stands. They improved to 5-2 and will move on to the Division 2 semifinal. Outside pressure, drops one in on Ransom at the 45-yard line, able to extend to the 44. Minimal gain, gain about 1. Down 4. 25-2. Stop the clock or not is the question. Some judge thought about stopping the clock, but they did not. It's 50 to go. Fireworks go out of the distance. It's taking a lot of time. We've got some movement, and now wrestled out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Over 30-plus on the play, good constant run. One of the more positive plays of the game for the Tri-State Warriors. 1:16 to go. They'll be outside the 10. They'll have a 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Alonzo's able to catch a ball and run at the same time. He's got a lot of speed. That ball spotted at the 14-yard line. Nothing new for the Warriors. They have really been living in the red zone, doing a great job of gobbling up yards. It's been this area of the field where they have struggled, just punching them in from here inside the red zone. A little bit of a rush, middle of the field. The catch is made by Chubb, and she's in for the touchdown. So the Tri-State Warriors get 6 back on the nice catch and throw. Christine Chubb scoring that one, the first touchdown through the air for the Warriors in this one. It's now 31-12 with 1:12 remaining in regulation. Good job by the Warriors to finish strong here. That's a good pass, a good crossing pattern. Able to be completed. The Warriors undoubtedly will go for 2 here, trying to make it a 31-14 game. Sure, we'll see some outside kick. The Warriors have been taking a lot of time in the huddle here. Last time they had an extra point, they chose a 1-point conversion and a block of returning other way for 2 points. For the Rage. It's special team scores, defensive scores, and offensive. This one for 2 points. Throw, another timing pattern, and that one broken up by Gleason again. Alonzo was in the neighborhood. It was a pretty good throw, but Gleason gets in there and he has all game long to disrupt that one. That costs the Warriors 2 points, and with 1:12 remaining, the Warriors will get their kicking meter on the field, and we'd expect them to try an onside kick here. The folks that once this game is over, we will break off the air and we'll get our game wrapped up. And then later on tonight, when we get back to our studios, we're going to bring you the full HD copy of this broadcast in its entirety. Footage and recording will be sent to the Tri-State Warriors. Lucas doing a great job as always with camera. It is loose, picked up, turned the other way, and down. That's our ball. Taken down at the 10-yard line. 26 to go. The Rage will take over and perhaps take a couple of minutes to get this one finalized. I don't believe the Warriors will take the time. Congratulations to the Atlanta Warriors. They are heading to the semifinals. Defense on the house! The winner of Baltimore and Palm Beach. Hopefully see some of the 2 favorites on the opposite side of the mountain. Their games will work out as well by the time this one's over. I can see final scores shuffling into those games as well. Either way should be a great Final Four. Tough loss for the Warriors. The Warriors could have a really fine season. The Warriors, finishing the regular season 6-0 for the first time, really working their way back, having to play a Division III last year, not fielding a team in 2024. A couple of losing seasons before that in Division II. They really worked their way back into a really good spot for the future. That's good. Some field issues this year. The Blackhawks in Philadelphia. This will be the final kneel down, and Atlanta will put the finishing touches on this one. And indeed, that is the case. So congratulations to the Atlanta Rage 31-12 winners here over the Tri-State Warriors. Well earned the entire way. Just a great job that they have done all season long as well. This was a team
Keep your hands up! Let's play that game! Let's play that game! Now don't break games! Hands up! Let's finish this shit!
great time on the road. They will take it on the road again for the Division II semifinals, and they'll face either Baltimore or Columbus. We'll stay with you through the final handshake of this one, but until then, we really wish you a great night from all of us here at Kickoff. Thank you all for tuning in. We know we had some internet woes around this game and all that other good stuff, but we really thank you for hanging in there with us, and we thank you to make it. Yes, we're giving away a one-way ticket to the WNBA Division II semifinals with a 31-12 victory over the Tri-State Warriors. Thank you for joining us, everybody.